and I went to get the French.
Yeah.
And she's like, your nails look kind of yellow and nasty. Like, you need a color.
Thanks.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, so have you done lives before?
I have.
Okay, so all of a sudden they're just going to start popping up over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my name is Gina Stefano. I run a Northern Virginia real estate group.
A very good real estate group.
It butters my bread, I have to say. I love my clients too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really do. Like,
I've seen the Frisky Business. Remember that?
Oh my God.
So I think that you go very creative.
Yeah, I still talk to that client. Like, I talk to all my clients. I really do. I text all the time. Like, all the time.
Because that was really funny.
I thought it was. Jen wasn't a fan of that.
No.
She said that wasn't our image. She's right. We're a little more high class than being naked in your clients' listings.
Right, but it was funny.
But I bought white tighty whities for it over my underwear, so it was like shorts.
Exactly. They're like booty shorts. I mean, half the girls walking around in downtown Leesburg for 4th of July had less on.
Really? Yes. It was bad, huh?
I just am glad I have a boy. I have 2 boys. Because
God was nice to me because I was a girl and they're not very nice.
No, they're not very nice, but I just, I couldn't imagine letting my daughter go out and some of the things that I see other parents letting their kids go out. There's just no way at all.
But when they were little, there were no cute clothes for the boys.
No, there weren't. Not at all. It was always like overalls. Yeah. And that was it.
Or plaid. We're going to wear plaid.
So he looks like a golfer.
I don't know how my
golfer
kids...
or a farmer.
I know. I don't know how my kids are cool, but well, some would argue. So anyway, today we have Carolyn Dobson. And were you a 30 under 30? I was trying to think.
I was a 40 under 40.
A 40 under 40. Well, she's amazing. She's now in Club 40, so
I am.
You can't even say that anymore.
I know. I'm no longer under 40. I just joined the 40 Club a couple of weeks ago.
I know. I'm going to be 42 for the 3rd time this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's good.
I thought it was really good, so I just decided to stick with it.
Just keep rolling with it.
Well, because if you say something stupid like 39, everybody knows you're 29. They know you're lying.
Right. So 42.
But 42, who would lie and say they're 42?
I don't know. That's true. I'm actually really happy I made it to 40 because a year ago I didn't think that I would.
So tell us. So we said stroking out with Carolyn.
Yes.
And I saw a TED Talk about a guy who got very emotional. Good morning, Mark. It was his birthday, the 4th of July. He's a firecracker. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I saw a TED Talk, and this guy was super emotional about how to spot a stroke. So tell us your stroke story.
So
for those who don't know, Carolyn had a series of them. Right?
I had 3 in the last year, all within about 5 months.
So what happened?
I woke up on August 16th. I was a new board member on the YMCA, and I had a board meeting. And I woke up about 5:45, and I couldn't figure out how to turn my alarm off. My alarm is my phone, and so I'm just fiddling with it. And, I have a passcode on my phone, and I'm looking at it, and I can't, I recognize that the number 1 is on there, but I don't know what that is. And,
really?
And so I tried to pick up my phone, and I couldn't use my left arm or my left hand, and finally somehow I got the alarm off. I don't even remember how I did it, but then I tried to stand up and I fell. I couldn't walk.
Were you home alone?
No, my 15-year-old son was home. Justin had already gone. My husband had already gone to work. So you would think if you can't function with your left arm and you can't walk that you would call 911.
But no.
Not me.
Somehow I get that because I probably wouldn't either.
So I crawled to the shower, and I just thought, well, I didn't really get a good night's sleep. I've been stressed out. Maybe I'm just, maybe my arm's asleep or my legs are asleep or something like that. So I crawled to the shower, and I pulled myself up in the shower and turned it on and opened my mouth and couldn't swallow. So it was like drowning in the shower. Then I tried to reach for shampoo, and I couldn't really understand how to wash my hair. I was really confused.
Right now, I don't know if I want to say you're a badass or an idiot.
I'm a dumbass. I'm a total dumbass.
I mean, I love you and everything, but...
Do not be me. Got out of the shower.
Decided it was time for help?
No.
Okay.
Went down the hallway because Tyler, I work at Evergreen Sportsplex. I'm the CMO there. And I went down the hallway. Tyler, my 15-year-old, volunteered there as a junior counselor last year. So for summer camps, and went down the hallway, kind of leaning against the walls, could walk, but not well. and was going to try and knock on his door, and I had no idea how to make a fist. So I was basically banging on his door like this to wake him up, and he came out, and he was like, I don't want to go today. And I'm like, no, you need to go. And I knew something was really wrong, but you don't want to ever admit it. And women especially, I think, are always like, well, you know, I don't want to inconvenience anybody. I don't want to overreact. I don't want to be, you know, think I'm a drama queen. So
or you have the, so I'm going to say to be allowed 100 or a 40 under 40 or, you know, to achieve what we've achieved, you don't get it from deciding you don't want to show up that day.
Correct.
So you know how to persevere and you know how to push through.
And I, you know, I was like, I've been tired before, you know, whatever. And
but you could knock on a door.
But I could knock on a door. Right, and swallow. And so then I was trying to say the words, and in my mind I said, Tyler, it's time to get up. And what came out was something very different. It was jumbled. And he looked at me, you know, he's 15. He's not going to realize that something major is happening to his mom. He's just going to think I'm weird, which she thinks all the time anyway.
Right.
So whatever came out, and he was like, Mom, you sound like you have an English accent and you have marbles in your mouth. What are you talking about? And he got in the shower. I went downstairs. We have 2 kittens. Fed the cats. Put the water in the bowl. Every morning I have apple cider vinegar, lemon juice in tepid water. Made that. Tried to swallow it again. Couldn't swallow. Choked on that. Again. Here's my sign. Time to call her out. And I didn't. So I put that down. And we have stairs that go like stairs and then landing and then stairs in our house. And Tyler came out of the shower, and apparently I was standing. I don't remember this. I was standing on the landing, and I was just going like this. And he's like, Mom, you look like you're the Conjuring. Like, what are you doing, you weirdo, you maniac? Went, did my makeup.
Still have not called for help.
No. Did my makeup as best I could. I couldn't figure out how to use my blow dryer. Knew at that point I was either having a stroke or heart attack. And you remember those commercials, like the Bayer commercials? They'd be like, if you're having a stroke or heart attack, take an aspirin. Well, I didn't even know if we had aspirin in the house. So I was like, I need to take something just in case. So rifled through Justin's cabinet. And when he turned 40, he bought St. John's
baby aspirin. Okay. Diane takes baby aspirin.
There was one left.
So you popped it.
It was the only thing I could swallow all morning was that one aspirin. And it saved my life.
Really?
Yes. And got dressed, put my 6-inch heels on as normal, grabbed Tyler, and drove to my board meeting from Round Hill to Leesburg. Get to the board meeting, and I can't figure out how to go up in an elevator. And Tyler's like, hello! And sat through my whole board meeting. If you look at the notes from the board meeting I wrote, totally legible, totally made sense. My shoulder had dropped. I had like a spaghetti strap sundress on because it was August. And you know when you feel like somebody's staring at you? So Stacy Miller is a dear friend of mine, and she is the community outreach coordinator for Noble Loud Hospital, and she was also on the board at that time with me.
Was she a nurse?
No, but you know.
I'm still waiting for somebody to get you help. Okay.
She did.
Okay.
So she's staring at me the whole meeting. And we discovered that we were in Leadership Loud together, and we were starting, and normally I'm very animated when I speak, and I was just kind of like, oh, okay, and I just was real quiet. And after the meeting, I looked at another good friend of mine, Rusty, and I said, you know, I said, this is going to sound crazy, but I think I had a stroke this morning. I think I'm having another one. I didn't have face droop. Like, when do you think you have a stroke? Like, that's the first thing that I would come to mind.
Well, so I watched the TED Talk, and he said if you think someone had a stroke, you need to get them to smile, and one side will drop down. That didn't happen?
No. That didn't happen to me.
And then you're supposed to put your arms up, and one will fall. Would your arm have fallen?
My arm did fall.
Okay.
And then you have the slurred speech. So I went to Stacy, and I said, listen, I think I'm having a stroke. I think I had another one this morning. She did the test, and she's like, yep, let's go. Threw me in their car because we were like 2 minutes from the hospital. Grabbed Tyler, called the hospital on the way and said, listen, we've got a stroke victim coming in, 39 years old, and went right in. They did MRIs, all these tests, and it showed that I had 2 strokes. One in the morning around 5:30, 5:45 when I woke up, and then the other one while I was sitting in my board meeting. And the second one, I had a little tiny face droop, but I mean, nothing that you would ever
expect.
Right. So I was in the hospital for a couple days, and they would ask me what year it was, and I thought it was 2014. I thought Justin was younger than me. He's 6 years older than me. So that was something that was positive that came out of it for him. Right. Hashtag silver lining. And then in...
well, 2015 kind of sucked for me, so I'm okay with skipping that.
Me too. 2016 was no ringer for me. So, went through every test known to man, checked to see if I had a hole in my heart. My blood pressure is 85/60, which is super, super low. I don't smoke. I mean, I drink, but I'm not taking shots of Jack Daniels in the morning to get to work.
She's drinking water, not beer, if you see the bottle.
It's Pellegrino, it's not wine. I exercise. I eat really healthy. I'm mostly a vegetarian. I haven't had fast food in 10 years. I have no family history of it, so the only thing that they could attribute it to was stress.
Yeah, we don't have any of that.
Right. Huh. So my left foot, so the brain, the strokes happened on the right side of my brain, which controls the left side of your body. So my left foot had turned in, so I had problems walking. My whole finger to here, numb, couldn't put my bra on, couldn't brush my hair, couldn't put contacts in, like all the things that you take for granted on a daily basis. I basically had to relearn. My 15-year-old was cutting my food because I couldn't do it. My husband was tying my shoes. I mean, if anybody knows me, I am very independent. So that, I'm not a big, ask for help kind of person. So that was hard. I was off work for a couple of months and went back and then had a small one in January again. So August 16th will be a year. And it's, the percentage, I'll always be 25% more likely to have another stroke compared to somebody else who hasn't had them.
Why did they think you had the second episode, I guess third stroke? But
stress.
More stress.
Because I didn't listen. I'm very hard-headed. I'm very stubborn. I'm sure my husband's recording this right now.
To play back at a later date.
To play back at a later date. I just went right back to, working a lot, making sure I was at every event, not saying no, not sleeping, not doing all that kind of stuff. I was sleeping on average 3 to 4 hours a night. If there's anything that comes out of you watching this today is make sure you get at least 6 or 7 hours of sleep. Because that 7th hour of sleep is when your body really repairs itself. And you have to have that.
I just read something last night that they said you need 8-9 hours. We all, I'm the queen. I mean, for years people said she just doesn't sleep. It's not uncommon if you're a client of mine. Hi, Naomi. Good morning. Hi, Allison. It's not uncommon to get emails from me at 2 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah,
that's when you catch up on email.
Right. You're checking on your phone, all that kind of stuff. So, to this day, I have no feeling from my fingertip to my shoulder. I have major brain damage. I have short-term memory loss. I get confused with numbers and time. So if someone's like, I'll meet you on the 10th at 11, I could put it in the 11th at 10. So I always communicate either text, email to make sure I have it written.
Go back and look at it.
Okay. And I just kind of feel like your brain's rewiring itself this whole time to go around the damage of the strokes. And I'm starting to have more memory loss, not remembering what things are called. I had zucchini noodles in the refrigerator, and I kept calling them spaghetti squash. And Justin's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, hello, dumbass, spaghetti squash. And it was zucchini noodles. And just things like that. If it's not on my calendar, it does not exist anymore.
Well, that's kind of the way it should be anyway.
Well, I mean, even last night, I was talking to some of our partners. I had a partner event at Captain Catocton's for the Evergreen Partners. And one of them was like, hey, I need a t-shirt and this and this. And he's like, I need a child large. And I'm like, just email it to me. Because, I don't even remember if it was a large or small.
Right.
So I'm like, just email it to me. So it's kind of relearning how to live your life.
So I'm connecting it to MS because that's in your brain, right? And they say after 18 months, whatever you haven't been able to fix or compensate, you're stuck with. Yeah, it's not going to fix.
This is not going to come back.
Yeah. Is it like a dentist numb?
I just I can't feel anything. It's like
so
I have a dead hand.
You feel pressure? You can't feel pressure?
Nothing.
Oh, because my legs, this part of my legs have been numb for 6 years. But I can tell It's like you go to the dentist, and
Mm-hmm.
you can tell someone's pushing on you, but you can't tell what.
I always tell people it's the best party trick. Like, I can see, as long as I can see it, I can hold things with it.
Uh-huh.
It's hard for me to tell how much pressure I'm putting on something.
Okay.
And like how, like, I feel like I'm giving it probably the death grip because I don't know.
Right.
But I always say I'm good at parties because if I, like, it's over here, I could be touching somebody or molesting them.
And not know.
Right? So just a warning, if I'm at an
If
event,
she's feeling you up.
it's not on purpose and I can't feel anything. So yeah, I have to be careful, like, when I cook because I won't.
Oh. So it's like seriously numb.
Yep.
Because my numbness is just surface.
No, and like
So like shaving my legs is weird.
right, 'cause
But
you can't, right.
yeah, but I'm not going to.
So I lost my engagement ring.
Mm-hmm.
I lost like 20 pounds from the time I had my strokes until now, which I look back at myself, I'm like, God dang it, nobody told me I look like an Oompa Loompa. I needed orange makeup and little suspenders.
Do you keep a daily journal? Oh, we have questions
Okay,
here.
sure.
A daily journal to keep track of what you did that day. Would that help with the memory loss?
If I remembered to do it,
Ah.
I mean, that's
It's all
that's
about getting in the habit of
Mhm.
doing it.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's a great idea, but unless I set it on my calendar to set an alarm and remind me,
You're not going to remember,
I'm not going to remember
do
to
that
do it.
either.
Mm-mm. Things that I've done as habit for years, I still do as habit. Like I still do my apple cider vinegar every morning, but for me to introduce a new, like writing in a journal, it would take me probably a year to be able to do it consistently.
Instead of whatever, depending on who you talk to, 27 days to 66 days to develop a habit. You're like a year.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
So don't have strokes.
Don't do it. What do we have? Kevin. Kevin's got his event coming up in like 2 months.
I know.
Or 2
Morning,
months. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, see?
Hi, Kevin.
And Allison, I went to school with her. My face is like that on the left after the thyroid.
Mhm.
Oh, she had Graves' disease with
What is
thyroid. That's when your eyes, like the pressure behind, and forgive me if I've got this all wrong, Allison, if my understanding of it is incorrect,
Mhm.
but the pressure from the thyroid actually pushes the eyes out. So it
Oh
looks
my
like
God.
she had the surgery. And it's just numb like that. Is it deep numb or is it like dentist numb? Like that's what because there's a difference, obviously.
Yeah,
Because I don't have that. Like you burn my leg, I'm gonna know it. But
No,
if
I
you go
wouldn't.
like this, well, I don't even know. But you go like this on my leg, I won't know you're there.
I mean, like you can even feel like
Is it cold? Oh, it
there's
is
no
cold.
circulation.
Oh, her hand's cold.
Hey, listen, after 3 strokes, if I
if that's
don't,
the
that's
worst.
it, and some brain damage, I'll take it any day and twice on
Ugh.
Sundays. And I'm right-handed anyways.
It's dentist numb. See, I'm dentist numb too.
So I'm right-handed anyway, so I just say my left hand is just for symmetry anyways. I really couldn't do anything with it anyway.
Before, so it's not like you lost anything
No,
there.
it's just here for balance.
So you can wear some pretty
Right.
jewelry.
So I can wear a watch so I can barely feel. Right. I always am checking now. I'm like, is my jewelry on? Like,
Oh, because you won't even know.
no, so I lost my engagement ring. I was running errands, and I always take my rings off at night when I wash my face. And I looked down, and it was gone. No idea where I lost it because I didn't feel it fall off because it got loose when I
you lost
lost
weight.
weight. Mm-hmm. And my ring size is a 3. I know. I have
She's so tiny.
I have like kindergarten hands. It's just ridiculous.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
So you're tiny anyway.
Yeah, I'm 5'2" and I weigh 108 pounds.
You are tiny.
Mm-hmm.
You are tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 5'9". I weigh 130, which is skinny for 5'9".
It's really skinny for 5'9".
But it's not skinny for skinny. Like, you know.
You're very skinny. You're fine.
Like, I always was upset that I was tall because I was never, like when you're in like 7th grade and everybody gets on the scale and all the girls are like 100 pounds and I was like 125 and I felt like a cow. And
yeah, but there's a flip side to that because when you're short, you're always in the front. You're always either at the front of the line or the back of the line. You know what I mean?
there you go.
So
I guess grass is always greener. I
Yep.
always wanted to be tinier, and
I always wanted to be taller.
there you go. No,
But-
when I wear heels, I could like hit my head on stuff. Like you said, if I wore 6-inch heels, I'd be 6'3". Think about that.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
No.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
No, but when I wear flats, which I hardly ever wear, I mean, most people know me.
Do you have to wear flats now?
Nope.
No? Oh, you could go back to the heels?
Well,
I
I
can't.
was on high heel restriction right after my strokes, and like if anybody knows me, the only flats I ever wear are like boots in the winter and flip-flops in the summer. Other than that, I'm in heels because I'm so short. I'm like circus short.
Well, I like, you are not so short. I like heels too. I had to buy flats recently. So I have a lot of hip and joint pain with the MS. Like it's kind of an arthritis thing if you wanted to. And I gave up and had to buy flats. I was pissed too because they're not cute.
No, they're not cute. Like it's not my thing.
No, they should make cute flats.
They should. But so I was on heel restriction for a while.
Did you have to buy shoes? Did you give in and buy shoes or just?
I had to because I had to because they didn't even want me wearing flip flops because my foot had curved in. They were so afraid that I would trip over them. So I went and bought like slippers that I could just like slip on.
Oh, because you couldn't tie them.
It's a good time.
Can you tie your shoes now?
Yes. Okay. It's hard. Like even putting on my bra is hard still. Okay. Like anything behind, like putting on jewelry or like if I have a dress that zips up in the back or like connects here and Justin's not home or Tyler's not home, I have a very hard time putting it on by myself. And then I want to go to work and be like, hey,
can somebody do this?
Bye,
Bally. She's going to work.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
Because I'm like the only woman that works at Evergreen, like in terms of management staff. So I want to be, and bonus, I'm like the second oldest person that works there.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, God.
I don't know how I feel about this whole getting old thing.
Well, I'm listening to us talk, and I'm like, God, we sound like we're 80.
I know. So we were talking before the show. I just got back from seeing my mama, and I hadn't seen her in almost 2 years, and she looked old to me this time for the first time.
That's scary when that happens.
Like she looked old. Are your parents alive?
Yes, my mom is in Richmond, and she is 70, 71, and my father lives on Hatteras Island in the Outer Banks.
Oh,
yes.
Very cool.
So my dad is retired Army Special Forces sniper.
Okay.
So growing up
was fun. Don't fuck with him?
No, not at all. And so when he retired, he moved down to the Outer Banks and like he fishes and kayaks.
Hatteras Island is all fishing down there.
I'm actually leaving for his house on Tuesday for a week with the kids.
Oh, very cool.
I can't wait. Yeah. So Tyler, my son, has been with his father for the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
And
Dylan's with his dad right now. Yeah. And I'm starting to like seriously miss him.
Oh, I'm missing. It's been 2 weeks. So Justin and I have been kidless for 2 weeks. So my son's 15. His son, Ryan, just graduated from high school and is going to University of Arkansas. So in 3 years, I'm going to be 42 when he graduates. We'll be kidless. I'll be empty nesters.
You can go and have a Dylan.
No, the light is at the end of the tunnel.
No, I saw the light and I said, oh, wait, I raised you.
I'm not ready. Yeah, we're not. No. No, Justin, no. We are not able to have children anymore. We made sure of that. And so Tyler is bringing 2 of his buddies, and Ryan is bringing 1 or 2 of his buddies down to the Outer Banks. So we're going to have like 3 15-year-olds and 3 18-year-olds for like 2 weeks. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So enjoy your 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Because it's,
And I was like, if this is what like life is like without children in the house, oh my God. Like we've been going out.
Easy.
We went to dinner. I haven't cooked in 2 weeks.
I know. It's super easy. Like super easy. Like I wonder, you people who don't have children, I don't know why you haven't cured cancer yet.
You have so much time. You have so much time.
So little laundry.
Yep.
So much time. You never have to go grocery shopping because how much food do 2 people really eat? Nothing.
Nothing. We've been kind of living off of like pretzels and cheese dip. You do in college.
I know. There's so much time.
There's so much time. So Tyler plays travel soccer, has forever. So he is now playing for FC Barcelona, which has set up an academy and a Scola at Evergreen.
Okay.
And they have flown in coaches from Spain, from the Barcelona compound, to live in Leesburg for the next 5 years and coach these kids.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He wants to play for college, so I'm like, well, this is the way. If you want to play for college,
let's get a scholarship.
Yes. So with the amount of money I've put into travel soccer, I probably could have paid for a year in college already.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's good. Keeps them busy, keeps them occupied. I truly believe that children need to be involved in something, whether it's band or art.
I
or
always
reading,
said they had to do something.
Or sports.
I
They
didn't care
have
what
to
it
do
was.
something.
And I'm not going to make them my middle son is very intelligent. He's the brainiac, and I'm not going to force him to play football.
No, that's not his thing.
Right, and Andrew's very musically inclined and sports. I mean, he played on, he did travel ice hockey. Ice hockey was our thing.
That's expensive.
Oh my God.
So
When they were young, the neighbors, and Mike and Michelle, if you're there, they put Brandon in swim team. And swim team's expensive too when you're off season because the pools have to be indoor. I think anything that
it's like buying ice
indoor,
time.
Yeah, it's expensive. And I remember it was, and now I'm gonna laugh because it's nothing. But at the time, I was just like, they paid like $1,500 to put their kid in swim team, and I was like, who the hell would spend that kind of money? And then 2 years later, 3 years later, I'm writing checks for like $5,000 so Andrew can play ice hockey.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, how did I become that person?
Right.
Like, how did that?
Right. It
made total sense. Like, of course we're going to do. He's playing at that level. He should play at that level. And let's go. Let's do it.
I know. Like, Tyler shops at Vineyard Vine and Polo, and he plays for FC Barcelona. I'm shopping at Target.
I know.
Oh, my God.
I know.
That's what you do as a parent, though.
Yep. So Dylan is my little.
How old is he now?
6.
6, I was going to say.
He's 6. Although he'll tell you he's 6.5, and I'll tell him he's not. You are still 6. You are not 6. Well, I'm almost 6. Well, maybe sort of, but you're 6.
You're 6.
Nice try. Quit pushing it.
Stop trying to be older.
I know. Because as it is, I look on this day on Facebook. I can't even watch those anymore. My life has changed so drastically in the last 7 years.
Oh, for sure.
Drastically. I went from 15-year marriage, 2 kids, to single mom, 3 kids,
married with now combined family,
7 kids.
7 kids.
Don't do it. So my ex, are you ready for this? And I'm calling you out if anyone's watching this. He got married a week and a half ago.
Okay.
Didn't even tell the kids. Yeah. Okay. I know. See, we talk about anything here. But
Wow.
I know.
That's ballsy.
That's kind of shitty if you ask me. But anyway. So he asked me, and I didn't know he was about to do it, but, he's like, oh, we're probably going to get married. Do you have any advice? I said, don't freaking do it. Like, I'm sorry. And I love Terry with all my heart, and it is harder than shit.
Oh, it's
like, it is hard getting married the first time, but getting married the second time when, I have a way of being a wife that I've done for the last 10, 15, 20 years. You have a way of being a partner that you've been for the last whatever.
And then you throw kids in the mix.
Right, and you have children who don't want this happy family of everybody all put together. Right. They want their mom and dad together.
Correct.
They just do. They may accept what they have. They may not talk about it, but,
of course,
in their fantasy, happily ever after. I mean, even Dylan asked, can I have a sister? No, a full sister with you and dad. And
nope.
But
that ship has sailed.
And Dylan never even grew up with the 2 of us in the same house. We were split when he was 1.
That's how Tyler and I, or Dan and I, Tyler's father, split when he was 1. So he's grown up in a 2 house. Yep. Yeah. We never had gotten married. I walked away from our marriage about 10 days before we were going to get married.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you never did. So, yeah, no. Well,
so Justin's my first marriage, and I'm his second.
Okay. So Dylan never even knew of us in the same house. Like, he doesn't. And we talk about it every once in a while. He'll tell. Yeah, he wants a sister. A full sister. Well, because he understands, stepbrothers and,
half brothers.
And he's kind of got all that world. And he's like, no, I want a full sister. Like Andrew and Jason are my full brothers. And I'm like, no, it's not.
That ship is sailed.
Sorry.
We're not doing that. Look at you, doll.
Well, I promised him a dog. That counts, right?
There you go. Just get a female dog.
No, I was going to get a boy dog.
There's his sister, female dog. Problem solved.
We have 2 cats. Isn't that good enough? And they're girls.
What kind of dog are you going to get?
I want to get a silver lab, but a rescue. I signed up for the rescue site.
Oh, cool. A silver lab?
Silver. They look like the Wyomiri, whatever,
Weimaraner?
Yeah, thank you. That's what they look like. That's the color.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
I know. Isn't that a cool coloring?
I've never seen that.
On
a lab.
I saw one once and got fixated. And this rescue site, Wolf Trap. Wolf Trap Animal Rescue, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
They have a whole bunch coming up from like Mississippi or Michigan or something.
Oh, cool.
And they have probably, I don't know, I signed up for the 3 I saw, so Well, you're not, like, no, by choice.
You get like, 3?
No.
Oh my God. Yes.
No. But
Kids,
no,
3 dogs, 2 cats.
First, I know, seriously. And then,
It's like that movie, We Own a Zoo, or whatever it is.
I was just in Mexico. Terry has like a tooth infection, and we go, and he's like, well, what do I do? I'm like, well, don't eat sugar, because bacteria like sugar, you know. I'm like, you take Tylenol, like saltwater rinses, stuff like that, you know. But you can see his gland is like so swollen. And he's like, it hurts. And he had a dentist appointment that he was supposed to go to Monday, and he flew to Phoenix with me instead. So, like, this is not, it's not like he wasn't totally on top of, you know.
Totally good
So
guy.
it got out of control. So we're down in Mexico, and we stop at the pharmacy. And I have never bought drugs out of the country before, but it was fun.
It's crazy what they have over the counter.
I'm not going to lie. It was fun. They may or may not have had Xanax.
Oh, they have everything. Yeah. It's crazy.
No,
I was in Cancun years and years ago with an ex-boyfriend. And, I mean, you could buy anything in there. And you're like, are you sure? Like, are you setting me up?
I know. Well, and I'm asking her, I'm like, my cell service isn't that great here. What antibiotic do we need for this? And she's like, well, amoxicillin. I'm like, okay. I tell Terry, I'm like, that's generic enough. You can buy that. So we're going through, my mother, through customs, right? Through the whole thing. Jesus. Never got her passport stamps. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh shit, Terry, hide the drugs, you know? And I'm like,
we're crossing the border.
I'm taking my mother through.
Stamp her passport.
And don't look in the bag.
Right? Don't body search her. You're like, Mom, you're going to have to hide these. Sorry. Better you than me.
Oh my God. So we have the windows down in there. When you drive through at Mexico, I've never driven.
I haven't either.
Mexico.
I've always played.
Yeah. So when you drive through, they take all these pictures of your car as you go. Like you see the lights go as you're driving through. And I have the window down, and I'm all excited. You know, I'm taking Mom. We're going back through. You're gonna get stamped, and then all of a sudden I remember, like Terry's in the back, and I go, oh shit! I'm like, hide the drugs. And then my mother goes, well, they have cameras. Do you think they have recording devices? I'm like, well, we're gonna find out because the window's open. And I just told them to hide the drugs.
It's too late
By
now.
drugs, I meant amoxicillin, but it was totally illegal.
But yeah,
and Xanax.
Xanax.
I know.
Maybe some other things.
No, that was it. And the Xanax, I didn't, or whatever.
Yeah.
We got in a little thing about that. And he's like, well, do they have weed pills? I'm like, stop it. He goes, it's the same thing. I'm like, it is not. I'll go to a doctor and get my Xanax then. I'm like, I'm saving a copay.
Do they have weed pills? Like, do they have gummies? Like, is there a vitamin that we could take with that in there? Like THC, something.
Oh my God, my life.
I know. How's business? Is it still crazy?
Well, inventory is still super low. It's creeping up. So by super low, 20165 had 12 houses for sale in January. 12 in an entire zip code. And we're up to like 50. So, which is still not enough.
Low.
Yeah, it's still not enough, but it was insanely. Like when they said there were no houses, there literally were no houses.
I just heard that like there was like multiple offers going on, and that's crazy.
You're still in multiple offer world. Not that it really matters. So if you're a buyer and you want a house, if there's one other buyer, that's one too many.
Right.
Because somebody's
going
home sad. Yeah. But we were getting like 8, 9 offers. Like it was crazy. Like I spent Super Bowl Sunday, Terry's in the bar watching the thing, and I'm writing on receipt paper, going through my offers to present to myself. Like I'm doing math, like keep asking the bartender for more receipts to write on, so I could, vet offers.
That's crazy.
So it was super crazy.
Well, we moved from Luckett's, we had 10 acres in Luckett's to Round Hill last June. And when we were looking, same thing. We put on like 2 offers in Lovettsville. And we were in bidding wars in Lovettsville. I'm like, we're doing an escalation clause in Lovettsville? Like, what is happening? Not that Lovettsville isn't nice. It is very nice. But you would expect that, like,
not many people actually move out there. They move in.
Right. So I thought that was really unusual.
Well, I have to go back to Sterling in like 2 years because that's where Dylan's going to school. I can't drive. I have the cutest house in the whole freaking world. But
Peonian Springs, right?
Oh my God, it's the most
I've seen the pictures. It's
gorgeous
beautiful.
house ever. We keep saying we're going to have a party and all that, but it never happens.
You have a pond too, don't you? And a
gazebo.
gazebo.
And a gazebo. and a loft over a garage and a patio
Oh, cool.
shed turned office, which is where I used to do the show.
Oh, that's so cool.
But we also have crappy internet service. So.
That was one of the reasons we moved out of Luckett's.
Well, Luckett's has terrible. You had to go satellite,
yeah,
right?
we did DirecTV or HughesNet or whatever it was. Like 2 months after we moved out, we'd been there for 9 years. Verizon decided that they were going to do FiOS, so they're putting FiOS in now.
Fuckers.
But I was ready to move out of Luckett's. Luckett's is great. It's beautiful, but you don't get plowed. You're like the last one to get plowed. You lose power all the time.
15 is awful.
15 is awful.
Like awful, awful.
And I was going to have a new driver. And so Tyler was going to have to drive from Luckett's because he was still going to go to Woodgrove.
Okay.
So he'd have to take all those back roads. And I'm like, no. So we moved right before his freshman year of high school just because now it's like 8 minutes to Woodgrove. Yeah, and for soccer and everything, and practice and games and all, you know.
Well, see, so that's like Dylan is, we're like 35 minutes, 45 minutes from where he's going to go to school. He was going to school in Ashburn. Mm-hmm. That's where he went to preschool and through private kindergarten. Mm-hmm. And for first grade, we had this war, for lack of a better. We sat down and like two adults and said, well, is he going to go to your school or mine? And we voted mine because my hours are flexible and I can be within 5 minutes of the school at just about any time. And 2 weeks later or a week later, I get an email that says, I changed my mind, we need to go to a mediator. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's fun.
Yeah, no reason, but we're not going to get super shitty here today. But anyway.
Just smile.
So we're not.
Spirit fingers and jazz hands.
So I decided that while I didn't agree with his school.
Carmen.
Oh, good morning. Oh, my mama's on. Diane.
Hey, Diane.
Love you.
Very cool.
I just decided it was better not to spend 10 grand on a lawyer and
probably a good idea
to suck it up, buttercup, because Dylan comes first.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's not like, every school in Loudoun County is amazing.
I know, it's
school,
not like
so
it's a hood versus.
Right.
Although I will say Culvert's like a 9 or 10 on Grade School Net and Horizon's only a 7. But
just saying.
Although I'm on the PTA now at Horizon.
Are you serious?
I did. I joined the PTA.
So when I had Tyler very young, I had him at 24, and I looked like I was 16. Mm-hmm. And so when I would like go to PTA meetings, like the moms were so mean to me because I had
Andrew at 21. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, they thought number one, they thought I was the nanny, and the kid looks exactly like me. I mean, doesn't look like his dad at all. And the moms would be super mean to me because I looked young and I was like skinny and
we bought the house in Rivercrest when I was 27. I bought, my 5,000-6,000 square foot house with my 2 kids, and nobody really embraced that.
No, I'm sure that went over. Like
I can still remember at one of Andrew's baseball games, they were all saying, oh, how old are you? And, and Andrew's like, my mom's 29. And I was, and he's like 12 or something or whatever. I don't even know how. 10, it doesn't matter. I can't do the math right now. My brain won't work. But, we're at his baseball game, and they're all talking about it, and my mom's 42, and my mom's this, and my mom's that. And he's like, my mom's 29, and somebody laughs, and I look. I said, no, I actually am. Yeah. And they look at me. They're like, oh. Like, they thought it was, like, my 42 joke.
Right.
Yeah. Like, no, I was legitimately 29. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's hard.
It is. When you look young and you have your children young,
I'm going to say it was easier, though. So now I've never had the middle age. Like, I was never 30 and had a child. Like, that would just make sense. Like, to have a baby at 30.
Right.
I didn't do that because that would be normal. So I did 21 and 23, the first 2, and then I did 36.
Nice.
I'm going to say they were both hard for different reasons.
Yeah, I was going to say.
For different reasons.
I just had the one. And then, my stepson is awesome. He's a really good kid. And the 2 of them get along so well. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. It was tough because same thing. I'd walk into rooms. I mean, even now, I have a 15-year-old and I'm 40. I mean, that's not normal. Most of the parents of the kids that he's with are much older than me.
Well, I gotta say, like 30 is the average age for having kids. I would think. Yeah. My unscientific study this morning.
I was, just ahead of the game, I guess.
I was before and after.
I was just an overachiever. But I'm glad. I always say, I gave up my 20s to have my 40s, and in your 40s you have more money to do stuff.
That is true. I gave up my 20s to give up my 30s to give up my 40s. I'm never going to be finished.
You're never going to have an empty nest.
Never.
Ever. How old are Terry's kids?
Okay, so it goes. And my Andrew's 22.
Mm-hmm.
My Jason's 18. His oldest daughter Azalea is 18.
Mm-hmm.
Then his son little Terry is 15.
Mm-hmm. I met little Terry.
Then his son Donovan is 12, and then Dylan is 6, and then Kira's about to be 3.
Wow, that is like a broad spectrum of children.
Yeah, 22, 18, 15, 12. 6, 3.
That's a lot. That's a lot of birthdays. That's a lot of Christmas. That's a lot. That's a lot. I bet it's fun though, like especially around the holidays. I mean, I know it can get stressful because we have stressful holidays just because you're trying to work with 2 different custody arrangements. All these grandparents.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like there's a little bit of the first year I really wanted it to be one big happy family.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't happen.
F that. Like I don't.
It's not realistic.
No. And there's too many of them, and he has multiple families. They're not even, like, I'm not just dealing with one ex, so
right.
There's too much to deal with.
That's a lot.
There's just too much.
I know this Christmas I'm thinking that we're just going to take the kids somewhere, like go to the Bahamas or something like that.
Well, so last year we took everybody to Disney.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
All of them.
Did you have to sell an organ
No,
to
right?
be able to afford that? Oh my God.
When I lost a little weight, that was my kidney.
Right. Did you eat the entire time you were there? Or did you feed the kids?
No, we did it. We survived.
Wow.
But this year we're doing separate trips. So, we're doing a family trip with my kids and a family trip with his kids. And
that's cool.
I mean, I guess it costs more in the long run because we're going on 2 trips, but it just puts
more manageable, I would imagine.
It's much more manageable for me. I don't know. Like, I only have to worry about 3 kids, and yeah, you could bring your girlfriend, and that's totally fine now because I'm not like stressing out. Do we need 2 cars? Where can I rent a car that can fit 8? And like,
oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, there's nothing. Good morning, Susie.
Hey, Susie.
So what book? We've been chatting and bitching,
I bought 2. And there's a reason behind what I did. I think we all need to lighten up a little bit, including myself. I think we take ourselves very seriously.
Oh, I know that bottom book well.
And something I got when I graduated high school to go into college. But I think that, I read a lot of like leadership books and like how to be a better person and all that kind of stuff. And those are great. But I think we kind of need to like chill out, take a step back, and revert to what we read when we were little.
Look at me.
So the first book is Keep Curious and Carry a Banana.
Is that Curious George?
It is.
Aww.
It's the wisdom for the world of Curious George, and it's hysterical. And like it's all these little life lessons, like create the world you want to inhabit.
He's got a little zoo.
He's got a zoo.
I live in a little safari. Why can't I think of? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Jungle. We did.
Sounds
like starts with one word.
But I thought that it'd be wildly creative. Sometimes you need to really turn things on their head.
Yeah. Look at that.
So I think these are life lessons that are more appropriate for us as an adult than as a child.
Yes.
Because it keeps it simple and it just, it's easy.
Wisdom from the world of Curious George.
So that one I thought was really cool. And this one,
I have a story for this one.
I love this book. So my parents gave this to me when I graduated from high school to go to college. And it's all the places that you will go. And it's about, believing in yourself and taking chances and calculated risk. And so, again, I think that we need to just, chill out for a little bit, read a fun book,
This is written on Dylan's wall. Well, in the old house, so I put it in his nursery, so it's not really my house, but whatever.
But it's there.
It's there. He grows up with it.
Right.
Where's the... I've read it so many times.
I know, so have I.
But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go through though the hacking cracks howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. So somebody put on my wall, and I don't remember who it is on Facebook, a father who had this book signed with a note from every teacher and coach through the child's lifetime.
That's so cool.
I ordered it pronto. It's actually sitting at Primrose waiting for me to pick it up.
Oh
so
my God,
signed
that's
by his
so
preschool.
cool.
And I'm just going to take it every year and get the teacher
That's
to sign.
such a great
and the
idea.
coach. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my God, I wish I had thought of that.
Well, I guess it is
It's
kind of
too late.
But, well, you can have all the high school teachers do it.
Yeah, and get his coaches from Barcelona to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's amazing because it's such a cool book.
It is such a cool book. And
I love it.
I was reading it yesterday, and I'm like, oh my God, it's congratulations, today is your day, you're off to great places, you're off and away. I mean, it's just, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. So I just think like, okay, I got this at 18 going to college, now I'm 40. So I'm looking at this as, the next 10 years of my life are going to be very different than what it's going to be like when I'm 50 and what it was like when I was 30. I think there's something about the 40s where, number one, the older you get, the less
you give a fuck,
bucks
really.
you give.
Left fucks you give. Fuck bucks. I know I have a limited supply and I'm not spending them where I don't want to.
So I just thought that these were very appropriate, especially like for me going through this, kind of changing my life because of strokes, because of 40. There's ambition that I want to achieve. There's goals that I want to hit. Realizing that we're not going to be here for very long, so make your mark.
That made me I'm telling you, my mother looking old was.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I
know. And like one day I'm going to look old to Tyler, you know what I mean? And just
well, I feel like poor
maybe
Dylan
I do already.
I know. That's what I was going to say. Like
Right?
Dylan sees my stomach and he's like, ew. And I'm like, okay, you did that. Right. Like I bounced back from your brothers. Right. This is all you.
You're welcome. Right? This is I thank you to be alive. Stomach.
I know. See those lines? You. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. He thought it was funny to say ew every time he saw me get dressed.
Oh my God.
Until one time I really I may have went off on him a little bit.
Like, listen, buddy.
Like, seriously, this is because of you.
Right. You need to knock that shit off.
I think it's gross too, but you're welcome.
Right. This brought you into the world, okay? These are battle wounds of being a mom.
Oh, well, because you bounced back at a younger age.
Oh, yeah. When I left the hospital after having Tyler, I was a size 0. I put my size 0 jeans on when I left the hospital, and the nurses were like, I hate you.
Yeah.
Just wait. And then it happens. You hit like 35 and your metabolism's like,
we'll hit 35 and get pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't really work out well in my favor. Although I have to say, my maternity clothes with Dylan were way cooler than what they
I was in overalls the whole time. They had nothing.
They had nothing available, and I was poor.
Yeah, I was poor, and they had nothing available.
I was single, poor, and young when I got pregnant with Andrew, and it was all, I could go to Sears maternity because I couldn't afford the maternity store.
I couldn't either. Mm-hmm. And it was either pink and bows or overalls.
Sweatpants.
And sweatpants, yeah. I didn't even want to wear the jeans with the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd rig them so it would just, my normal jeans would just stay on.
You got the little
and I would just like push my
going.
baby, like my baby bump over it. Yeah. And then you know how your belly button pops out when you're pregnant?
Never did.
Oh, mine did. It was horrible.
Mine never did. I was upset that the grass is always greener. I didn't feel like I was really pregnant because my belly button stayed in.
So I used to push mine in and put a Band-Aid over it because I didn't want it to show through my shirt.
I guess no. I felt like I wasn't really pregnant because it didn't pop.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Like that's your poppin' fresh. That's your what's the chicken? The roaster poppin' whatever.
Turkey.
Yeah,
turkey's done.
Yeah, like boom, if we popped, we're ready to go. Chicken's safe to eat now.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Well, this is fun.
This is
I'm glad that we did this.
I know. So who else do we have here? Oh, Lee. Good morning. I just saw her the other day.
I haven't seen her in a while.
So Joey Darley was in town. And
really?
I was at a Loudon Ladies thing. And they said, oh, Joey's down at Copperwood. So I left B Burger or whatever and walked down and crashed his brunch. And he was having
cool.
brunch. Like, you can't come into town and not say hello to me.
Mm-mm.
And then we have Susie. So what are you doing the rest of the week with your kidless time?
Well, tonight we're supposed to go to the Nationals game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So if not, going to the gym and probably taking it easy because we've gone out and just meeting up with friends and dinner and then my birthday. So we had our anniversary, our 5-year anniversary, the anniversary of our house, and my 40th birthday.
Did you celebrate the anniversary of your house?
We did.
So I just said this was Terry and I last night. I'm like, oh, guess what last week was? See this? This is blank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, come on. I'm like, it's an anniversary. I'm like, a year. What were we doing a year ago? It's went on for like 10 minutes. I'm like, it's all around you. What did we do last year?
You're sitting in it.
We bought the house on June 30th and moved in on July 3rd. If you cannot equate the 4th of July with, like, if you think back, what did I do last 4th of July? Oh, I unpacked 47 million boxes, although this really goes to show that I unpacked everything. Because obviously it didn't, yeah. Obviously it didn't register. But no, for like 10 minutes, I'm like, guess what it is? And then I start to get mad, you know?
He doesn't know. I'm like, yeah, we celebrated that, and then it was my 40th birthday. It was like Father's Day, our wedding anniversary, our house anniversary, and my 40th. So it's just been like, oh my God.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to sleep?
So I need to take it a little easy because stroke fatigue, it's not as bad as it was when I first had strokes, but I know like when I'm drained and I'm getting drained. I'm
You're
tired.
still in your 18 months though, so you can still get better.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
still have better to go. And I didn't lose hope till about 2 years because, you know, we don't really follow the rules.
No.
I can't believe you got in the car and drove to work, took a shower,
Yep.
got in the car.
Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm a complete dumbass. I mean, it was one of those moments where you're like, I know something's wrong. I know it's something serious, but I don't want to inconvenience anybody, and I don't want to miss my board meeting.
That just blows my mind.
And I was like, maybe it's a migraine.
So when you had the second one, or third one, I guess, how did you know?
I'd stayed home from work that day. I had really bad stroke fatigue. And when you have stroke fatigue, it's not just like you're tired. Like you physically cannot push yourself out of bed. You cannot get up. And I was just I slept all day and I just couldn't get out of bed. And Justin and Tyler came home and I was slurring my words and I started drinking and I couldn't swallow and it started just pouring down my shirt. And they both knew right away to take me, and so they took me to the hospital. Yeah.
Good times.
Went 3 or 4 MRIs last year. That's not cheap. No.
How's your insurance?
Our insurance is great, but
well, that's awesome.
I mean, it's great, but you still have to meet. It's like a $6,500 out of pocket for each time.
You don't have an annual?
I mean, we do, but the way we joined and when we joined. And,
okay.
Yeah, so one was in 2016, and then the other one was in January, so it was 2017.
I know.
Yay! But no, our insurance is great. We both go through Loud Insurance Company, or Loud Insurance Group. So Jared Melvin, Pan Pine.
Oh, I know Jared. Yeah, and his son, the expert Boy Scout
popcorn
seller.
Yep.
Huh.
So they're great insurance agents. They have all of our insurance.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
We might need to.
I would definitely talk to
them.
Our
insurance, I haven't had good insurance in a long time, but my fall, when I broke my back, that cost me about $4,000.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was in the hospital for a week, so I didn't think that was terrible.
That's not bad.
That was my out-of-pocket. But this most recent flare has already cost me over $2,000.
Oh, yeah.
And
we have great insurance, but, I mean, we're talking about MRIs and doing, like, all these tests to find out if you have a hole in your heart, and then, you know, wearing a heart monitor for a month, and physical therapy.
Physical therapy. I'm in it right now. It's $55 a visit is my out-of-pocket. And I'm how is that?
It's so expensive.
No.
So, yeah, you should talk to them. Jared's great for health insurance, and then Pan Pine has all of our, our personal liability, umbrella, car, house, rental,
all that stuff.
boat, all that.
I use I'm not loyal to one place. I was for a long time, and I won't say who they were because I didn't leave on
good terms.
Yeah.
Now, this is good because they have so many different carriers that they can shop your insurance every year and recommend, hey, this is what you should do. Yep.
Yeah.
They're great. So I'd highly recommend them.
There you go. Yay. Thumbs up. Okay, well, we are going to go. It's a rainy Thursday.
I know.
Oh, I'm supposed to. So somebody told me I need to tell them. See, I can't. So I don't need glasses to see, but I can't see with my glasses on anymore.
Yeah, Justin has readers now.
Yeah, I don't need them. Go away. How old is Justin?
He will be 46 this year.
Oh, he's older than me. Cool.
Love you, honey.
Justin, stay at 42.
Right. He'll be 42 again.
42 again for the fourth time.
Mm-hmm.
42 is not a bad year.
Nope.
Okay, so next week we have, let's see who it is, because I'm supposed to say who it is.
Ah.
I know, because I don't do that. Scott Kasem. Do you know who Scott is?
No, I don't.
Scott is a lawyer
Mm-hmm.
in Leesburg. He didn't in a Harley rider.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, he's a character. He's a client. He's a character. He's a friend. But he didn't like go to law school right out of high school. This is sort of like his second career. So
Oh,
it's kind
cool.
of an interesting story.
That is a very interesting story.
It is an interesting story. So Scott will be on next week if you know him. There will probably be a few more. He's a little wild. He may be in his 40s. He might be 50. I don't want to say that out loud in case you're still in your 40s because I think that's kind of mean. But you know, you don't want to be
No.
any older than you have to be.
Right.
But so we'll go with 40s. But he acts like he's like 22. Like
Nice.
he drove his motorcycle cross country.
Oh my God, that's
he's got
amazing.
stories. Yeah, he's got stories.
That's gonna be a good one.
So that's going to be next week. His books will likely not be Dr. Seuss
Right. Or
and Curious George.
George.
But he is definitely one to watch, and he's a local and loud. And I was thinking, so here, you know everybody too. I want people that aren't in my circle on here.
Okay.
Because they're all in my circle. They're all
Yeah.
amazing. Not that they're not all amazing people, but I was thinking I want to talk to like a priest. Like I'm going way out there. I know.
I can't
But
I can't help you there.
Maybe we'll
That's
do
not
an
my
exorcism.
wheelhouse. Right.
But you know, like or a fireman or
I can help
a
you with
police
firemen.
officer or a
Dated
principal.
Dated a lot of firemen in my life.
Just carry me.
Right.
I just want someone who can carry me.
Right. So I can help you with a fireman, no problem.
With their clothes on. No. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
So Susie posted years ago, and I may or may not remember this, even though it's like 5 years old. I don't know if you're still on Susie this morning. But Susie posted a picture of these Colorado firemen and like calendar, like the back of the calendar with like all the firemen, like all firemen-y. And I reposted it and I said, I'm moving to Colorado and setting my house on fire. I still remember it. They were hot. I'm not going to lie. I had the Sexy Priest calendar. Have you ever seen my Sexy Priest calendar?
No.
I went on my trips to Italy. I bought a calendar outside the Vatican of, they're all priests, but they are sexy. They are hot. That came up on this day.
Italian.
They're Italian and they are hot. I particularly like September.
It's a good month.
It really is. September,
Good month, good year.
September was my favorite month any year on my calendar. But no, so I'm all.
That's hilarious.
Let's go. I know. I'm going to hell here. My mother has an uncle that, or I guess he's passed away now, but he was a priest. So I mean, I really.
My aunt's a nun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My apple fell far from the tree, rolled across the railroad tracks to the other side.
Don't cross the bridge.
Right, exactly.
Oops. Whoops. So anyway, we want priests and we want
Firemen,
police. I want like a mayor or
a
something. A teacher, a principal.
Mm-hmm.
I want people in other
industries.
As not that entrepreneurial badasses aren't all the rage, but
yeah,
that's all I know.
can introduce you some people over at the Loudoun County Administration Building, stuff like that.
I'd like to get someone cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or who do you guys want to hear? We haven't really talked to them very much today.
No, sorry.
We kind of ignored you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
But if you, we got sad faces. That must have been when we were talking about strokes.
Yeah. Nothing to be sad about. I'm here.
Oh, look, I just thought, and this is so inappropriate, I did a winky face for the word stroke when you're like one-sided anyway. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
We can be inappropriate because it's all just,
If you can't laugh at it, you're gonna cry. So
Right.
You might as
No,
well make
it's
fun
all
of
real.
I make fun of myself all the time. I'm always like, I'm stroking out. I can't remember.
She came up with the title, just
Yeah,
so
I
you
did.
all know. I'm like, what are we going to call this today?
Stroking out.
And she
Carolyn
said it.
Dobson.
I'm like, let's go. Run with that. Okay, so
All
it's
right.
been an hour. Have a great Thursday.
Have a great
Everyone,
Thursday.
hi.
Love you. Thank you.
I love you. Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, guys.
And we'll go away.